All right, this module is going to cover the impact panel, which is unique to the home page as of now. It can be added to other pages, but this dynamic component is designed to feature some progress that the organization has made. It can be donations, it could be number of people affected by a specific campaign, or any progress that can be delineated with numbers or a numeric value. You can see here it's a pretty nice component. So the way to update that, this particular component is implemented on the home page, but any page that's implemented on, you're going to navigate to that page within the site on the file tree here. So this one's on the home page. We're going to expand the UMC home and go to the page content. Again, the page content holds all the various components for parent pages. This is the impact panel here. I'm going to select the impact panel and just see what fields are available here. We have the hero body. Here is some body text for the impact panel. We're going to navigate back over here, and this is how that's implemented. You can update this text however is appropriate. So I'm just going to edit this so we can kind of see it change. Let's say this, accept those changes. Input panel footer text, if we go back to this, that's this small, almost footnote. You can update this text as you see fit. I'm just going to leave that for now. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's very simple. The hero image is this large background image here that displays. The one thing to keep in mind is you want to make some design decisions. You don't want to choose an image that's too small where it'll stretch and pixelate. You also don't want to choose an image where the center area is not ideal for a wide display. Because just keep in mind, this is centered horizontally and vertically, so it's, this image actually expands above the display. It's not actually cropped, but in order to be responsive, you'll see the image shifts in the display a bit. So just keep that in mind as you choose a background image for that. The impact panel date, I'm just going to select today so we can show how that updates. Hero image caption, hero subtitle, and hero title. All of these display as various text. Stewardship is a hero title. Stewardship subheading is a subheading. And then these other items are delineated in these subsections. So we're going to scroll to the various sections within the impact panel. First are the two buttons. We've covered buttons and various other components, so this will be pretty simple. Essentially, it's as simple as inserting a link. You choose from the file tree your destination, and then the button text is actually defined by the description here. So I'm not going to change that. It's pretty straightforward. Impact panel button, you can see that the text for that Donate Now button actually says Donate Now. If we go back to the front page, we'll see that that component is implemented here. Likewise, this Learn More button is the other button. If you go here, if you go to the button impact panel Learn More, insert link, you're going to see that also, they're both linked to the home page for now, just for demonstration purposes. The description or the display text in the button, Learn More, sorry about that, is in the description. So we're going to cancel out of that. So we have the two buttons, and then we also have the impact tiles. So if we flip back to the front, there are three different stats displayed here. We have 338 title, subtitle, and then church plans. So if we go back to the content editor and we go to this impact title for meals, we're going to see these fields delineated here. 2,207, the title, subtitle, and meals served. If we go back to the front and look at the meals served here, this is where all that data is coming from. So you just update these fields on each of these different components within the impact panel. As you make those updates, make sure you save each component, then go back to the impact panel, and if all of your changes there are complete, then the last thing you do is you go to the page that holds the various components, and you publish. Now, I've said this before, but when you're publishing a parent page, specifically the home page, you're not going to need to publish related items. In most cases, publishing sub-items will affect all of these various components that are implemented on the page. The related items, that's only if you upload a specific image, multimedia item, or page alias, if you implement those at the page level. Because the thing to keep in mind conceptually about Sitecore is images, aliases, all those different things are considered separate items, even though they display on a single page. And that's what this related items has to do with. If you don't make those changes, and I would suggest that you not do that anytime you can. If you're going to upload an image specifically to this home, as opposed to the components, I would do that through the media library and then reference that image in the component as opposed to uploading it through the home page itself. Hopefully that makes sense, but I'll cover that a little more in a module dedicated for publishing down the line. But for now, we're going to publish the sub-items so that those changes to the components take place. We click Publish. Proceed. Because this is the home page, it's still going to be a fairly hefty operation. You're going to see a lot of processed items. Just because they're processed, that doesn't mean they're being changed. That means that the system is indexing them to ensure that there aren't changes there. 2 items are updated. Close. We're going to go back to the main page and reload. And we will see some minor updates here, primarily to this body text, because that's where I made the changes. So you can see where the changes took hold, and that is as simple as it is for updating the impact panel. You can also see down here where I selected today's date that it populated here. Impact panel footer, which is that title text or that text component back on the content editor. If we go back to, sorry to go back after wrapping up, but if you scroll back down here to the hero title. Impact panel footer text. Okay, the impact panel footer text actually. Then that date appends to that footer text, so which is right here. And that's the impact panel.